Hola, ¿cómo estás? Bueno, me gusta mucho. Guys, today I've got some concerns. There's quite a lot of controversy that is taking place in our country, in fact, all over the globe, pertaining marriage. Today it's the greatest topic of all time. I'm going to be talking about marriage. Why the marriage lost its spark. Why marriage is no longer relevant. Why marriage is no longer efficient. Or the manner in which people look at it, it's no longer valuable. It's lost its spark. Why things have gone far away from the race. So that's the question that I would like to throw onto you today. And we're going to be like brainstorming. We're going to be delineating. We're going to be explaining and unpacking everything as to why people don't find it worthy anymore to get married. It's lost its spark. Marriage is rotten, is no longer valuable. People are no longer trusting it. People are no longer valuing it. Some people look at it as a risk because at some point somewhere, somehow, women are incentivized to file for divorce. They are voluntarily filing for divorce. So that's another concern that we should put sunglasses for. We should delve deeper into this. So guys, I'm going to start differentiating the difference between wedding and marriage. The difference between wedding and marriage. Every woman, every pretty girl, every outstanding, flamboyant, coquettish woman is interested, is attracted, is envisioning white wedding. But when it comes to marriage, it's a cliche thing for them. It's a weird thing for them. They worry too much when they should elope and engage into marriage. So that is the greatest apocalypse of all times that should be addressed. There are lots of errors of omissions there that should be omitted. Without fear of prejudice, I won't beat around the bush. I'm just going to be blunt with you. It's not a good thing. We should take decisive initiatives about these things because things have gone far away from the race, and it is not okay. It is not okay. I must say that it is not okay. We shouldn't incentivize obliterating marriage. It is literally, totally not okay. So, the biggest problem that causes all this apocalypse, I'm going to say it's women's emancipation first. Secondly, feminist movements. The third part, it is a 50-50% that also causes harm in helping the obliteration of marriage. We see women's emancipation and feminist movement. It is disseminating all over social media, the tabloids about it, LGBTQ, transgender and what's all and so forth. These are all real matters that are affecting our livelihoods day by day. So, people, tell me, what can we do about this thing? What can we do? Pause it. Yeah, so the point, guy, that I was trying to portray to you is why my concern, as far as I'm concerned, is that why marriage loses value. Marriage is valueless today. It is made to be valueless. Even if you could see, if you can just talk numbers, the women who are filing for divorce, who are voluntarily obliterating their marriage, it's skyrocketing. The nuclear family is no longer respected. There is no conducive, tangible evidence about people find marriage worthy. That is why even women, in a larger degree, far by extension, are incentivized. Women are motivated to file for divorces, of which they choose to be single parents and raise their kids separately. And in that process, women, they gain. Like, for instance, let me just make a typical example, hypothetical speaking. If a woman is filing for a divorce, let us assume that 80% of women would prefer to date guys who are substantially financially ahead of them. What does that mean? So, if these people get married, obviously, if a woman is dating a person who is financially ahead of them, if they go separate ways, if they split, a woman will win in that process. That is why even men, they are discouraged to get married, just simply because of that. 80% of women would prefer to date people who are substantially any higher than them. When they file for divorce, they gain in the process. It's because if they went to court, the court will say a man must be fired from his own personal house to go and rent outside there while still paying the rent or the bond of the house. This is one of the problems that men are trying to alleviate. It's fine. You can lambast my analogy. You can have a negative connotation to what I'm trying to portray here, but it is true. Women are winning in marriage, so men are very reluctant and hesitant to get married in our days. That's point number 2. And I've explained why women are filing for divorce. Women are filing for divorce because they are winning in the process. They are winning in terms of the provident funds because they date people who are substantially earning higher than them. So they win in that process. So guys, what is the solution for this? In fact, there's no solution, because you could see women's emancipation, feminist movement is disseminating all over social media. All women are motivated. All women, they are looking up to girls like Kim Kardashian, a person who's been divorced for almost about like 3 times consecutively, and women find that worthy. That is why they are even motivated in a larger degree, far by extension, to file for divorce. So men are losing in this process because ladies, they pick high value guys who are earning higher than them. So those high value guys, if they were eloping in this type of marriage, which is community of property, they're getting ripped off. So that is why marriage, they're no longer finding it worthy. But guys, all I'm saying is that I'm entitled to my opinion. You're more than welcome to vindicate me. You're more than welcome to prove me wrong. You're more than welcome to disagree with me so that we can agree. That is also welcome. So we see the amount or the manner in which divorce is taking place is skyrocketing. So how can you solve all of these problems? What actually makes marriage to lose value? It started when women were challenging patriarchy, when women think that patriarchy was meant to oppress them, to torment them. Like, for instance, if you can retrieve a little bit back in ancient times, when only males were working, women were seated at home, taking care of the child, nurturing the child, grooming and raising kids, and men were there in bushes, in constructions, working there to come back home and be good providers. So when women says we are tired of sitting at home and raising kids, we want to compete with these guys and the very same jobs that they do. When women wanted to compete with men in working place or for work opportunities, what does that do? It simply means that if these women are going to compete for jobs, this is what is inclined to happen. When a woman is working, having an income, he's going to lambast a man who's making the very same income that woman makes. So what does that do if a woman lambasts, if a woman belittles, if a woman looks down on a man? Then marriage is gone. When women began to fight to have equal opportunities at workplace, work opportunities to be equal, that's when the problem started to exacerbate. That is why men are being lambasted. Men are being looked down just simply because in our days, in this postmodern society, male and female, this feminist emancipation movement is selling an idea or a notion that a woman is equal to a man. There was an observation that was observed, surveillance. There was surveillance on this observation between women and men. for the survival. And it was found that men were surviving more than women. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day. We'll update you about the proceedings. Thank you very much. I'm Gavo Dusi.